Let's do the exact same trivia, Matt.
Yeah.
Okay, hi chat. Can you hear me? Thanks for letting me know. That's sarcastic. You didn't. All right. Hi. Welcome to Fresh Rolls. This is
Which
a
I'm terrible
weekly.
because I am in chat.
Well, I would expect you're probably not listening to the echo of everything that's happening in your ears already.
What a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, genuinely. We already started the show, but fuck it. Felix won trivia. That's all you need to know. Welcome to Fresh Rolls. This is a weekly D&D show where we bring fresh D&D content to your eyeballs and ear holes. We try and do weekly, but we are people with lives. So sometimes we're on Sundays, sometimes we're not. You just gotta check Twitter and see. This week is post beach episode. So last time on Fresh Rolls, well, the Time of Blood campaign at very least. Last week's was Curse of Dicius. Last time on Time of Blood, somebody rode up onto the beach at the end of the beach episode after Ripple and Ravis expressed feelings for each other. Giant hermit crab harshed the vibe of the beach. McGolnar came to hang out, and some dudes from a bar up the path decided to hang out too. Everybody's sitting around this nice nighttime campfire on the beach in a secluded part of Duskwater, and a man rows onto the beach, lands, and walks up to Ripple and says, "Where's my sword?" Unfortunately, Ripple is not here tonight, so we are going to switch over to Skrunk, who is currently in the streets of, or was in the streets of Duskwater when everybody parted. Skrunk, after running Jesus Lizard style away from the group, where did you go?
First off, it was a very dignified Jesus Lizard.
So dignified.
I think part of the reason that Skrunk left, like maybe internally, he normally dresses very formally. He has his ruffled like fancy boy shirt that, or like it's basically like a blouse. Imagine like a Shakespearean sort of like noble look mixed in with like some artificer energy. I think part of it is he was gonna wander off. He was gonna try to find something a little bit more comfortable. And kind of try to maybe cut loose a little bit. He's got this kind of unfortunate task to do, and I'm not sure if he saw McGolnar or whatever, but I think that maybe he did not. So I think part of it is he's like, okay, maybe I should keep an eye out for something. Also, though, he is in Duskwater. He hasn't talked to his boss in a very long time. So I think he's gonna drop by the think tank and talk to Vera about what he's found. Does he have the equipment on him?
He actually, I believe the last person to touch the sun cannon was Skrunk, so you do have that on you.
I don't
Sun
have
blade
the
is
sun
on
blade
Ripple,
though. Yeah,
and that is the thing you were researching. So you walk toward the kind of lab district of the Adventurers Guild. It is unmarked. It just looks like a bunch of warehouses. But you do see people in lab coats every once in a while walking in and out of the guarded front gate.
Do I see my former or my colleague and good friend Hieronymus Grink?
You do not.
The goblin artificer? No, I don't. I don't see Hieronymus.
You do not see Hieronymus at the gate.
Oh man. Okay. Yeah, I just stroll in casually with my satchel, you know.
You do that. The guard gives you kind of a weird look and like side eyes the other guard as you walk in, but doesn't say anything to you. And you notice.
Don't dignify him with a response of any sort.
Fair.
Head high. I'm I'm sure I'm just covered in like soot and grime and just
Oh yeah,
not
you're
looking super
disgusting.
hot after our adventures. Yeah, it's been a while. Had to drink my own piss in the desert. It's been it's been an adventure.
Yeah, no. Oh, actually, you're not disgusting because Luke cleaned you up when
Oh, that's right. Okay,
you
yeah,
traversed plains. Um,
that's right.
so you walk in pretty clean, but definitely looking like an adventurer at this point. Uh, and people are. It's been a while since you've been here, so colleagues and otherwise coworkers are just kind of like giving you looks as you walk through the halls, whether they think you were fired or like
Yeah,
did you quit or something. Now
Skunk is
they're
like
just
he's
curious.
just he's just eyeing him. A few of him. He's just a few of his like the ones that he likes. He's giving like a little head nod. The other ones he's kind of like giving a little sneer at. Um, you know, first things first. He walks to his dormitory. Grabs himself a nice 1237 bottle of Chateau Blanc. Pours himself a goblet and then walks out. Just kind of swirling it, trying to find Vera.
Vera is not in the room, but you do see some of your other colleagues tinkering with some ancient devices. Some that you haven't seen before, some that you have.
Ooh, okay. Do I see
And
Hieronymus anywhere?
Hieronymus is tinkering with one of the things you haven't seen before.
I very smoothly slide up next to him and I say, "Hey, hero, it's been a minute. How you doing, bud?" And
Oh,
that's me
Scrunk.
slurping up my wine.
Hello, Scrunk.
What do
How's
we?
it going?
Oh, so good,
I thought you
so
got fired.
fucking good. No, 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 no. Have you seen Vera at all? I have something to rub in her face.
Yes, actually, she was looking for you. I think she sent out some adventurers to go find you out in the city. Somebody told us you were in town, so.
She had some shit adventures then, because I just strolled right over here. Were they what tier were they? Were they what she sent out the big guns, the S tiers?
No. She sent out a bunch of D tiers. They're just
Yeah, that
running
makes
an errand.
sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. They never look down to our level. It's a basic sort of, perceptory skill that you think they would have when looking for individuals of shorter stature like us, but apparently not.
Yeah, I guess not. I
Just
got
another
kicked this morning coming into work.
Yeah, we gotta talk to HR about that. I don't think that was because of your size, my friend. Are they still bullying you?
Yeah.
No, hero. I give him my goblet.
He takes a solid sip, but does not take too much as to hurt your feelings.
Yeah.
uh,
I look at him. I just do like a little. You want to see something fucking crazy?
of course I want to see something crazy. Is it going to explode this time or?
And I don't say anything. I just kind of hold the satchel like this, and I go boop, and like open and close it just so you can see the sun cannon for like a split second.
It's like cool, a mess of wires and metal. Fun.
Oh my god, you're a fucking artificer! And I pull it out and then put it on the table so he can look at it.
Yeah, he's kind of wearing
How you
like
feeling?
artificer's glasses, right? So he like cranks a dial and a little scope zooms in toward what he's looking at, whether it be this solar cannon or if he looks at you. Now he's just looking directly through you.
Yeah.
And he starts examining the sun cannon. He's like, Scrunk, what the hell did you get this?
It's a long, long story. Buy me a bottle later tonight after I talk to Vera, and I will happily retell it to you. But I should probably get over to her to catch her up on all this, and to again just rub it in her face.
Of course.
What did you say? Is she in her office? Is she in her fucking den?
I believe she's at the convocation. She's currently in session with other members of the Seven, deciding what to do with Science Building 8.
Oh, the convocation.
The convocation.
Of course. How could I forgotten about the convocation?
You know, the science convocation.
Science convocation. Is that today?
It's a good word, isn't it?
It's an amazing I mean, yes, I hate that she's a part of it, but it's a good word regardless. I will go. Thank you. Do you need anything? Do you want me to? Do you want me to talk to the ones that are fucking with you? I
No,
kind
that's
of flash
okay.
my pistol.
Just don't come to work tomorrow.
No,
He flashes a wand at
I,
you. I'm going to turn them into frogs.
I love that for you. I love that for you so much. I have a little terrarium I keep slugs in right now to harvest their neurotoxins. It's a little side project I'm working on.
Ooh,
You can just throw them in there.
that sounds
All right.
fantastic.
I'm gonna head to the convocation. I'll catch up with you later, hero.
Have fun.
Right, we get a little fist bump.
Oh yeah, you dab
And
each other up. It's glorious.
100%. Yeah, Hieronymus is the closest thing I have to like an actual best friend. I think everybody else, Skunk kind of keeps at a distance, but Hieronymus, he's found a kindred soul, and especially because they share a past.
Fair enough.
Yeah, and I'll
So
start heading to the convocation.
okay, yeah, you head off to a small meeting building, kind of in the center of the science complex, where some of the more brainy members of the Seven meet to discuss the scientific goings on of the Adventurers Guild. And as you walk in, you see a couple people you haven't met before leaving, but as some of the higher tier scientists and members of the Seven walk down these stairs, you catch the gaze of Vera Craven, and you feel a tug on your shirt toward her to catch your attention.
Yeah, no, I'm full on. I think actually what I'm doing is I'm waiting outside, smoking a cigarette, uh, and I like wait for them to kind of walk down the steps and everything. I'm not going to enter the convocation. They're not going to welcome me one way or another. But I feel a little tug, and I look over and I just flick my cigarette in her direction, blow to the side, and then start walking over.
Come with me. And she continues walking down the stairs, and as she does, she turns to you, like looks down at you and says, "That is a filthy habit."
Yeah, well, fuck you too.
Well,
Listen,
your wit is the same as ever.
yeah. What were you guys doing in there? Just sniffing each other's asses, or
Oh,
how's it? Mm-hmm.
trying to secure funding for you, but no, we can stoop to insults if you like.
Mm, mm. Is there a private place we can talk?
There is. We are heading there now.
Mm. We walk in utter silence. I
Yeah.
do not talk to her. I do not give her any other information.
You follow her into yet another small kind of office building. There are like private booths and private offices that are like encased in glass, sealed, so that nobody can hear what you're saying inside. And Vera motions for you to get into one of the booths, and then follows you inside as you walk
Yeah,
in.
standard protocol. I hop inside.
Yeah. Um, and she sits across from you and says, "Where have you been?"
Well, let's see. The door closes. And I go, let's see. You sent me into the middle of the fucking ocean as an errand boy. I got run over by a ragtag group of adventurers. Uh, Decided they required my assistance because all the shit weapons you gave them, again, shit weapons, got destroyed. Uh, Ended up fighting a few vampiric horrors, got teleported to a different plane of existence, discovered this, and I put the satchel on the table, and I kind of just push it towards her so she can look at it. I don't want to expose what's inside of it too much outside of the think tank, but I let her like rifle through it, so that she can see not only the sun cannon, but also I believe I also have the batteries
You
as
do,
well.
yeah. Or one of the
Uh,
batteries, the one for
yeah,
the sun cannon. Um,
yeah.
so yeah, you open the case and she snaps her fingers, and the glass on one side of the booth turns pitch black. Nobody can see in, nobody can see out. And she picks it up and she says, "Well, you're frivolous sightseeing aside, this is impressive, Skrunk. Where did you find it?
I wish I could tell you exactly where.
You
We were
didn't
sent.
document where you found it.
No, we got what's the scientific word? Punted into a desert, an uncharted desert, long ways from here, possibly on another plane. But and I also produce a notebook and I slap it down on the table. Did also take some notes on some recordings I found aboard the vessel where we found this. And I slide it to her, and essentially it's a detailed journal of the robots, the holo tapes, inventory of the ship, things along those lines.
This is incredible. How
Yeah.
long did you spend there?
How long? It was a while, Matt, right? For me.
Yeah, you were there for a
I think it was a
solid
week.
couple of weeks.
Yeah. I get like a distant look in my eyes. I say, long enough, long enough. Anyway, and I kind of shakily grab a cigarette and light it up.
No
Anyway,
smoking in here, and she snaps her fingers, and a tiny droplet of water appears at the end of the cigarette, putting it out. It
I
hovers
look
there.
at her. I unroll the cigarette, take the tobacco, and just put it in my lip.
Oh, that's even great. No, I prefer you smoke if you're gonna do that. Jesus Christ. Who doesn't exist in this universe? And that might be my favorite running bit now. Me fucking up and saying Jesus Christ. Yeah, she snaps again, and your cigarette goes back together, including the tobacco you put in your lip.
There's a bleh kind of sound
Yeah,
effect.
and it just relights.
Yeah. So Skunk goes back to smoking and says, yeah, it was an experience, but we got information. We got all of that. I tested out the sun cannon. That's what it's called, by the way. Sun cannon is the official project that I found in the database on board the vessel. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Little heavy to the punch, but it has a very unique flow of energy throughout it that I think we could definitely benefit from.
You've tested it, like it's usable.
Yeah, it's usable. It looks a little. It's obviously not fully put together here. There's some exposed wires, but from a reverse engineered prototyping aspect, yeah, we could easily use this right now.
What is this crystal?
This crystal, I haven't had a chance to toss it into any sort of analyzer or do any major tests on it. Labs aboard the vessel were scarce or destroyed. It looked like it was potentially something that crash landed in this desert.
Interesting.
Yes.
It says in the notes you've passed me that it's called Zyolite?
Yes, that was in one of the holotapes. Sorry, sort of an illusionary talking image. It's pretty impressive technology. I know we don't get along the best, but I feel like we could at least share in this excitement. There's some very beautiful possibilities just on the horizon with this.
Absolutely. If only you marked down where it was. This could change everything. This could solve everything.
I might be able to get us back there. I have a contact that could potentially help us punt back over there, but it'd take me some time.
You know what? I will give you all the time you need to complete that task. Full funding as well.
I want a bigger dorm.
Done.
I want access to level 2 firearms as well.
That is more Grigor's department, but I can talk to him for you. Unfortunately, now that you are registered as an adventurer, you will need to register your arms with him.
Oh. Dude, does he need to know about them?
He unfortunately does. I know we do a lot of secret shit here, but some of the things we do must be kept above board, or else we get too much discretion.
I suppose I can talk to Grigor. One more thing.
Yes.
The group of individuals you had me meet up with, they're good. They're good kids.
She gives you kind of
They-
like a funny look.
don't look at me like that. I'm not going soft. They're intellectually inferior and they're highly irrational. But they're doing good, which is not something I could say about everyone I've met in the guilds. They could definitely benefit from some better equipment in the near future as well. Could you talk to Grigor or someone else about potentially getting him a little bit more access to the stores?
I'll see what I can do. Does this group have a name?
I never thought to ask.
That would be a good thing to know. If they don't yet, they should get one registered with the guild.
Let me
quickly.
I grab my notebook back, write down their names, and I slide it back. And I say it's these three.
I will see. They're all already S ranks. I will see about getting them extra clearance. And maybe, depending on our work here, maybe we could use them for field tests.
Skunk kind of looks at her, and he's kind of torn because on one hand he's like, these are potential friends. These are people I've been traveling with for the last month or so. I don't necessarily want them to be lab rats, but at the same time, there is so I think he looks at her and says, let's have that conversation later. And there's a little bit of greed, a little bit of avarice in his eyes. He's not saying
no. He's like, well, you've tested the sun cannon already. It wouldn't be too much different from that. But I guess this is your group. It is up to you. And she looks down at the sun cannon, and she looks back up at you, and says, "Congratulations, Skrunk. You are now granted level 3 clearance." And she slides a new what is a medieval approximation of a badge card. She like slides like this wooden card at you that has a hole in it with a singular green gem carved in immaculate writing. Underneath is Skrunk. That's it.
I have a last name. All right, whatever.
Well, like I said, discretion. If anybody finds this, they can't know what it is.
Right, because there's a ton of Skrunks running around Duskwater right now. Yeah, sure. And he
could be. I don't know. This is just protocol.
And with that, he stands up and says, "Is there anything else you need from me?"
Just see if you can procure more of this. And she closes the case and stands up with it.
Vera, before you leave.
Yes.
And he's kind of standing in the doorway. He looks back. He says, "This is the nicest you've ever treated me. I think
These
you
are
really
the best
made me
results
feel
you've ever given."
Wow. I just think it's interesting that you tend to only treat people well when they give you good results.
Well, it is a professional environment. We're supposed to be productive, and you have been.
And he kind of looks at her, kind of nods, and flicks his cigarette back in the room, and then leaves.
Yeah, you hear a little fizzle as she puts it out. And she walks the opposite direction as you, heading deeper into the meeting building, presumably because she's got to show this thing to somebody else. And we're going to switch to our other two players. You guys are sitting around this campfire, and Ripple is currently in front of Ripple is currently a man with like windswept brown hair, kind of medium length, and a full beard. He in the firelight you can see that he's got like light brown eyes. And he's probably like mid-30s human. He is wearing kind of dusty robes underneath, which are chainmail of a metal you don't quite recognize. It's very like bright green. And around his waist is a leather belt with a bunch of weirdly shaped pouches that don't seem to be useful to really anybody unless you're planning on putting like a small amount of coins in each one. And he repeats again, "Where's my sword?" and raises his hand, and you watch as Ripple's eyes glaze over, and he looks at his hand and realizes it wasn't his doing. You guys see a holy light shine from the sky as Ripple's slumped body disappears.
Oh my god.
Oh, wow.
In her
Were they
place
kidnapped?
are her weapons. Just kind of sitting there, as she had them kind of propped up against the log, one of which is the sunblade. And you watch this guy go, I didn't do that. That wasn't me.
I want to instacast. In kind of a shock and fury, I'm gonna throw out a firebolt right away.
Okay. Roll to hit with disadvantage.
Okay. $16.
With a 16, it flies right at him, and you watch as he kind of like steps back a couple of steps and puts his hands like this, just kind of like creating kind of like an orb, I guess, of space in his hands, and he catches the firebolt and sends it skyward. He says, "No, it wasn't me, I promise. I don't know what just happened there, but I have a feeling it was something divine, which I am not."
I'm gonna hold both my little hands up with a little spell charging up, like so. Okay, so then, why did it happen right as you show up?
That is a good question. Not one I can answer. Here, let me start with an introduction. My name is Bram Cora. I am a solar knight. I don't know if you've heard of us before. I would assume not. Yeah,
No.
that's kind of what I figured. This planet, this sphere, this plane, if you will, is restricted. Nobody is allowed to interact here outside of the planet with people on this planet. It's all a bunch of political nonsense. Anyway, there's a reason you don't know who I am, and it's not making a very good case for me. But hello, here I am. That's my sword. I just wanted to retrieve it. He points at the sunblade and says, I don't know how you got it, or anything of the sort. How were we in the same area without running into each other?
Oh.
Like, that's a bit strange. But anyway, that is mine. I would like to take it back.
How do we know it's yours?
Well, I guess you don't unless you give it to me, which also does not make a very good case for me. But here, how about this? And he tosses you, Wisteria, a small round metal disc. It's got light carvings on it, going around in circles, sometimes stopping in angles and then starting new circles. It's a very strange looking disc. It doesn't look like a coin or anything, but it is about coin sized. In the center is kind of a divot, where a small crystal is embedded. Too small to tell exactly what the crystal is, but you do not see the other side of the crystal on the other side of the disc. And he says, that is my communicator. I can't really go anywhere or do anything without it. So if I pick up this sword to show you that it is mine, that you have that as insurance. Does that sound good to you? Is that okay?
Can I do an Arcana check on it just to see if we know anything about this item?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, I'm gonna do Arcana check. Let me roll.
I will allow Arcana or History.
Okay, Arcana or History. They're both the same. They're both +4. So let's roll. It was low. It was a 7.
It was a 7. You feel like this style of device looks really familiar, but you can't quite place what the hell it does. But you get the feeling that you have seen something like it before. Most likely on the ship. And he's kind of got his hands up, away from pouches or anything, and he's just looking at you, waiting for an answer.
I'm gonna lean over the Harbeam. Like, what do you think?
Bram, wait here. I'll go get it for you.
I'm looking at it. It's right here.
No, I got it.
Okay. Sure.
Is the stone inserted into it?
It is, yeah. It's unscrewed, but it is still attached.
I'm gonna reach down and I want to try to like pick it up and turn the screw, like screw it in the power source real fast.
You're gonna screw
and
it
turn
in?
back around to him. Yeah.
Okay, you do that, and the blade ignites. I need you to make a strength saving throw for me.
Oh no. Oh wait. 16.
16. With a 16, you are able to wield the Sunblade. You ignite it, and as you do, Harvey, what are the feelings that Harvey is feeling right now?
Very warm. Powerful.
Very warm, powerful.
Unstoppable.
Unstoppable. Like you have a greed for power, maybe?
You could say that.
You ignite the blade, and it is bright red.
Love it.
And Bram steps back a little bit. And he's like, "Whoa, red blade! That's rare."
I want to dance around with it. Yeah, you ever seen this, huh?
That is very dangerous. Please don't hurt yourself.
I think you should be worried about yourself, huh? Any other weapons you got on you? Kind of just hopping like side to side with it.
I mean, I don't want to do combat with you unless absolutely necessary. I just want my sword back.
Do you have any other cool toys or trinkets on you?
Toys or trinkets?
Yeah. Toys or trinkets. What do you do when you're in space?
Well, and he starts like digging around in his little pouches. He's like, I have this. It's it's a ship call, but we call it a beacon call where I'm from. You just press the button on it, and your ship that is programmed to it will arrive. However, my ship was destroyed when I was captured, so it doesn't quite do anything, but it does make a satisfying sound. And he goes, boop, boop. And he tosses it to you. He's like, "That's yours if you want it, I guess."
I drop the sword immediately. I don't even like consider like where it lands.
Yeah, the blade. As soon as you drop the Sunblade, the blade unignites and just falls uselessly to the ground. And he steps forward a little bit, and Bram says, "So, can I take it? Is that okay with you?"
I want to click the little thing at him.
I will take that as a yes. And he like waves his hand. You see a little mage hand appear and pick up the Sunblade and bring it to him. And he returns the Xylite crystal in the hilt, and it reignites, and it is a deep purple blade. He says, I am the only one in the galaxy who has had a purple blade. I haven't been able to contact the other knights, so that is my next course of action. But this is my sword, and as you can see, he unscrews the crystal a little bit, and points kind of like in the crevice between where the crystal screws in and the hilt, and in there, engraved in small letters that are barely readable, it says Bramcora.
I'm like, I have to investigate this. Let me see. He's gonna dig in my bag of things. Like, let me get the magnifying glass.
Okay, yeah.
It's like this.
Let's see if you find it.
Let's see. Roll. Hold on. There we go. Nope, wrong thing.
Actually, about how many things do you think you have in your bag of many things?
I can go what I technically have everything in there right now. So let's see.
Well, is it above 50 things, would you say?
No.
No, then I won't make you roll investigation. You find it.
Okay. I was like, well, it does says his name on there, so how will he know there's a name even on there if it's not his? But I'm like, but I don't know if we should really risk it because that's our only tool we really have that's helped us defeat the vampires so far. And you see how terrible that went with us.
I'm sure we.
last.
Oh, sorry.
No, I'm just saying, Harvey. Like, we really are. Let's just be real. Our last vampire fights were probably really big flukes. Let's just really be real about that.
What are you talking about? I think we won those fair and square. I won those fair and square. My bad. Wait, we could just ask him for another. He surely he can get us another one, right? And think if we have one, you can get one, and then Ripple gets one, and then everyone will have one.
I don't think Ripple would want you to have one of your own, Harvey.
I just held it though. You saw it. I look cool though, right?
I mean, yes, you did. But I just don't think Ripple would approve of you holding your own sword. I mean, you're just a little guy. Come on now.
But I need the sword to look cool.
We'll come back to this later. We have to really think about this because there's more vampire lords that may be coming after us directly, or we may find. So I'm gonna turn to Brom. Is it possible in any shape or form that we may have one of those of our own? Because that weapon has been one that we depend on at this point to help us defeat some really scary monsters at this point.
Well, I'm not entirely sure how long I have been in stasis at this point. So if the Solar Knights even exist, you could absolutely petition to become members. You would have to undergo training and be a squire for a while. But
We don't have that kind of time.
We get Sun Knight armor.
No.
Harvey,
we're not doing.
if you become a
Wait,
Solar
Alex,
Knight,
no. Do you? Wait, what? Is he wearing the armor right now?
he is. Yeah,
What is it? Cool.
it is cool. He's kind of wearing like black robes, and underneath it you see they're kind of tattered at this point. They're very old, and underneath it you see bright green chainmail peeking through some of like the rips and tears.
Damn.
It's like, Harvey, we don't have time for this. We have vampires running amok that are.
I want cool armor.
I understand that, but wait, what are we gonna do with another vampire? We struggled with the last one. I mean, we don't have time for knighthood.
Another day then.
Yeah, sure. I'm like, we need
Bram.
something a little bit more faster than that.
Bram, can I see it again really quickly?
Are you going to give it back?
Yes.
I will take your word for it, and he tosses the sunblade to you.
Okay, I'm just gonna hold it kind of in my hands, give it a little toss in the air. So there's a vampire problem here, right? And you're like a solar knight, and that's what beats vampires. So I think you'd be very interested in staying here and helping us get rid of the problem.
Well, it is up to the council whether I stay. Again, if the council exists. So first I would have to make contact, or attempt to. if they, how serious is the problem?
Very
End of the world. Look, hear me out.
teetering on life and death.
You just start helping now, right? Get their approval later, because they're gonna. Who wouldn't approve it, right? And you know what they say, Bram? It's easier to ask for forgiveness than it is to ask for permission.
That we had a solo night like that years ago. Needless to say, that's not the way we do things.
But I mean,
Oh,
if
I
they
mean,
assume you're still in stasis, then they will never know.
Oh my god, they think I'm dead.
Yeah, probably.
yeah, you don't even have a new uniform. How old is that one?
Right. Yeah, how
Let me
how
have it.
I
where
don't know how long I've been here.
oh.
Here,
They've
let
never
me-
searched
he-
for me.
Here, let me. I want to
Oh.
kind of crawl up to him and see, start sniffing him. See
You
how
do.
old he smells.
He's a little taken aback. Those clothes smell old, but I'm gonna need you to roll investigation, I guess, to see what your sniffer tells you.
21.
With a 21, these are some very well woven clothes that have lasted about 2,500 years.
Oh,
Oh my!
Oh.
Who does these? Oh my gosh! Rip. Wisteria, get over here. You gotta feel this guy's clothes.
I'm gonna come up and be like, ooh, grabby, 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 grabby. Get the grabby hands.
Yeah, Bram's like, what is happening right now?
Who made this? Did
Like,
you
this is
did you do this yourself?
a soul
This
night.
was made by the people of Bipfashi, which they make very fine robes for solo nights.
Oh my- Can we get? Do you think they do like custom commissions for like on their off time? What's
They,
their
Yeah,
off
I don't-
season?
absolutely they do.
Wow.
If you have the credits for it, but
Credits like gold, right?
I'm sorry, you deal in gold?
Yeah. And I want to take out like a single. What do I even have? Oh, no, I have money again. I'm fine. Never mind. Yeah, and I want to hold out like one of my gold coins.
You do that, and he's just kind of like awestruck. He's like, "This is a rare resource, and you're using it as currency."
Seriously? No,
Yeah.
this is pretty common here. Like, I have like 12,000 pieces in my pocket right now.
I have almost 10.
Fascinating.
Harvey, how old did you say these clothes were, or did you say?
2.5.
2.5 what
2.5
years?
Years?
2.5.
2.5 what?
Harvey, don't make me shake you.
Ravis, finally speaking up, goes, Hobby, please, 2.5 what? We need to know.
I was like, oh yeah, Rabbit's here.
1,000 years. K.
Thousand.
1,000?
2,500 years.
Oh.
Bram kind of like stumbles backwards a little bit. He seems kind of out of breath.
Do your people even live that long? Do they have lives?
Not some of us, I guess. But for the majority of the galaxy, no.
Okay.
Oh.
What do you remember last, you know? Like, what's going on here?
Well, I killed a bunch of officers on the ship that you got my sword from, and made it to the escape pods only for something to explode in my face. And that's all I remember. I assume the ship was shot down or something happened that it crashed.
How about, okay, Bram,
Yes.
how about, hear me out, because, we're not doing anything for today, you know? We head on back into town, we sit down at the tavern and have a little drink. You let me hold that nice fancy coat of yours for a little bit.
Do you have other clothes I could change into, maybe, or?
Oh, no,
I'm sure
I
we can
just-
find you something in town.
Yes, let me hold that coat, though. But for real, though, give me the coat.
All right,
Don't-
sure. And
Does he-
he kind of like drops his
Barbie!
cloak. They're not
I
like the
really-
robe, but like the cloak around his shoulders, and
Woohoo!
and hands it to you. It's like tattered and really musty smelling.
Boo.
I go.
How
Oh
come you
yeah.
get a collectible?
Oh, well, you didn't ask him for it.
I didn't want to be rude and take something that's like from his homeland, but if he was just gonna give it away.
I like to imagine I kind of slip it on. It's way too big. It's like dragging behind my feet.
Yeah, it's much larger than is comfortably wearable for you. So like the hood's just kind of like completely over your face. Like it is it do not fit.
It does
But
not
it's
sit or
stylish.
fit.
All right, so drinks in town, everyone.
Sure.
Yeah, sure. I may have to do some research to see if I have any information on the Soul Knights. That's Yeah, let's go
Well,
back to
Travis-
town, see what we can find.
At this point, McGolnar kind of runs up. He was like kind of taking a walk on the beach. He runs up to you guys and says, "All right, are we heading out? Who's this?"
Yeah.
S-
Um,
mm,
Bram, Barn.
Friendly.
his name is Bram.
You're
Yes.
friendly, right?
For
I'd like to be. Yes.
currently shell shocked and friendly at the moment. Yes.
Oh well, the shell shocked is not good. Come
Yeah.
along, friend. I'll buy around for everybody. And McGolnar
Woohoo!
starts walking down the path, kind of carrying his armor in tow. And at this point, we are going to take a quick bio break.
Nice.
And when we get back, we will continue Skrunk's POV.
Yay.
Alrighty. See
Hell
you
yeah.
guys in 5 minutes. Thank you guys for hanging out. Be back soon.
Bye.
Bye for like a second. So the Lord of the Rings is a book that is in the Duskwater universe, but it's not Lord of the Rings as you know it. No, it is a smut novel about a man who collects cock rings.
Is Gandalf still in it though?
Gandalf is in it, and he's freaky as fuck.
One ring to goon them all.
Indeed, one ring to goon them all. And with that, you
Goodness.
guys are walking through the streets of Duskwater. It is firmly late at night now. It is probably about midnight-ish. So there's still some bustle from some pubs and whatnot. But other than that, not too much activity. But instead of starting with you guys, we're going to start with Skrunk. Skrunk, what did you do with the rest of your day?
I think he kind of tapped Hieronymus on the shoulder and told him, like, I got a promotion, basically. And to,
Hieronymus
like,
pops off. Yeah.
yeah. And he says, he basically tells him, like, I want to go to do some quick shopping, get some essentials. Do you want to meet up for drinks later?
Absolutely.
Oak Father's Overgrowth.
Sounds good to me.
I'll get the table with the dragon chess set. We can catch up. I'll see if the rest of my adventuring party. Not ready to use the F word yet.
You have an adventuring party?
I gotta catch you up, dude. There's a lot going on. I'll meet you up over there, okay?
Oh,
Start
okay.
a tab. I'll help you. We'll split it.
Sounds good. There will be a cask of wine waiting for us both. And he watches you leave, I guess.
yeah. Skrunk walks out, and on the way he sees Dilbert, who's a tabaxi, who's been one of the like people who have been kind of bullying Hieronymus. And he says, Dilbert, I've got something amazing to show you. Can I show you this new project I'm working on?
I'm a bit busy, Skrunk.
You're going to want to see this. It's
all right,
really incredible.
Skrunk. What is it?
Here, no, it's actually I have my notes in my dormitory. Why don't you go ahead and come on over?
I'm in the middle of something, Skrunk. I'm not going to your room with you.
Have you taken your 5-minute break today?
We get breaks?
Your union allocated? Yeah, the union just gave us 5-minute breaks.
Oh.
Yeah,
I have
it's
not.
great. Come on over.
All right. Well, I guess in exchange for that information, I'll come with you.
He leads him over, and as soon as he gets him in the room and closes the door, he pulls out his pistol and puts it right underneath his chin and says, he's a very tall tabaxi, so he's like, his arm is fully extended up.
Yeah, no, he doesn't notice it first and kind of like looks down and is like, oh, oh shit.
If you ever fuck with Hero ever again, I'm going to pull this trigger until it goes click. Do you understand?
Who's Hero?
Hieronymus, the one you've been fucking bullying.
I see. Message received. And he starts to back out the door.
All right. And he says on the way out, he says, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Also, you dropped something." And he slams his hand on the stack of notes he's carrying, and leaves.
Yeah, no, it's really awkward because it's in your open door, and now he's got to like pick stuff up from your open door as you like awkwardly walk around him.
Yeah, it's not the best. Skrunk makes his way back to the party on the beach. He comes strolling in. You see him wearing like beach attire. He has on like some pretty high inseam beach shorts and an open unbuttoned like floral shirt. Still with his gauntlet and everything else, but he's looking as relaxed as he possibly could. Gang, I got a promotion. I'm doing great. To
keep continuity, this is sometime in the afternoon. You walk onto the wrong beach.
Dang it, I got a promotion. It's going great. Is this South Side? Damn it.
And like there's just like an Aarakocra family just kind of like staring at you as you're talking to yourself. It's like, is this guy crazy? Like, what's going on?
Now buzz off. Oh, okay, where were they? I try to
That's
remember.
racist.
I said buzz off. Jeez,
We're not buzzards.
I didn't say that you were. I just said buzz off. It's a common phrase.
Get out of here, racist.
You're racist.
You're racist.
I make a persuasion check to try to convince this family, this entire family, that they're racist.
Yeah, sure. Do it with disadvantage.
Absolutely, I would be more than happy to. That's gonna be a -1.
Oh.
So let's go ahead and roll. Well, the first one's an 18, and the second one is a 12.
This is 12. Unfortunately, you are unable to convince this nice family of Aarakocras that they are racist, and they people on the beach start like booing at you.
Oh, you're cheap. You go to Southside Beach anyway. And he leaves.
Yeah.
That was definitely like an hour-long argument.
Sure. Yeah, we can say it was. It is now like late-ish evening, we'll say. Is there anything you want to do before I do my magic and have the party meet up again?
Oh, is there any way to speak to Luke?
Is there any way to speak to Luke? All you have to do is think about him. In the corner of your eye, you see a flash of darkness. You sense that you are no longer alone on this path off of the beach.
There he is. Think of the devil and, well, you know the rest.
There I am. You don't see him, but you do hear him.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah,
what
I got a
was it
feeling
you
I
needed?
I need to get back to the ship at some point in the near future. Is that something you can do for me?
Back to the ship? For what reason?
Scavenging. More
Fair
note-taking.
enough. And what are you willing to give up for it?
What are you looking for, my friend? You already got me in a bind already.
Oh, I have everything I want. I am merely here to be interested. Give me something that will entertain me.
Entertain you. Oh, I've got a nervous tabaxi back at my job that you could have.
I don't believe he's yours to give, actually.
Let me see. I'll think about it.
Well, then I will think about sending you back to the ship. Let me know when you have a concrete offer for me. How's it going with your main task, by the way?
Oh, I haven't seen him. Haven't been able to do anything, so we're getting there.
Unfortunate. I hope your
yeah.
luck changes soon.
Yeah, me too. What was the if it wasn't completed, what was the task?
Oh, well, I
going to
would
be
undo everything I had done for you and left you to die in that desert.
All right. Interesting. All right. Well, speak to you soon.
I'm looking forward to it. And the presence disappears.
Cool. Then yeah, Scrunk starts to make his way towards Northside Beach. I'm just throwing out names here, but
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
You walk the solid like 2 hours across the city to the other beach. It is now nighttime, and
are they not there?
You didn't go to the right beach.
God damn it!
Yeah, this one is a large public beach, but like kind of more chill. The waves aren't like crashing as hard as the other ones. There's boats in the water. Mostly like doing pleasure cruises and whatnot. But yeah, your friends are not there.
Fuck. Okay, can I make like a history check to try to remember where they are?
Yes, do it with advantage.
All right. Well, that's a nat 20. So
that's a nat 20. With a nat 20, you remember they went to a secluded beach on the western shore. That most people don't really go to because it doesn't have, the prettiest sights or the the safety of lifeguards or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The big boy beach. He starts to slowly takes a deep breath and then walks over.
Okay, you do that, and without even needing to do this whole thing I planned, you run into the entire group on the road. One person you don't recognize, but Ravis and McGulnar are with the group. You notice that Ripple is missing.
I got a promotion. We're celebrating.
Woohoo! Skrunk's buying.
I
Promotion.
am buying.
All right.
Who's this fucker?
Oh,
I say,
hi, I'm
Uh,
Bram.
Yeah, it's
Bram.
Bram. Came from
Bram.
space.
Interesting. And I look
Spaceship.
over. Oh, spaceship. The one that we.
Yeah,
Oh
the
my
one that
God,
you
wait,
robbed me
Bram.
from. Yeah.
Bram,
Bram,
oh my
I-
God, you're never gonna believe this. We were there.
No, I
while
know.
ago.
How else would you have had my sword?
I think of it as our sword.
No.
I have.
well,
Oh my God.
my
this
name is
so
on it.
good.
So, my
Oh,
sword.
you still have the sword.
I
That's
do
perfect.
indeed
I-
have the sword.
Oh, wait. You have the sword.
I have the sword. My sword.
All right. I would love to hold on to it for a little bit.
You know what? That's
that's
what the
all
little
right.
rabbit man said too. But no.
And I gave it back.
Yes, I get a less innocent sense from this one.
No, Skrunk's cool. And I
I'm
want to
great.
obviously look over and wink at Skrunk.
You did that with the wrong eye. He saw that.
Oh, and I'm gonna cover the eye. He's facing him.
Bram's just kind of like
Lean
rubbing his
move.
temples, and you see in the background, so is Ravis.
I look over at Wisteria and say, "Hey, it's good to see you again. How are you doing?"
Yeah, pretty good. Skrunk, where have you been?
I got a promotion. I turned over the stuff we found at the site. And I started to say more, but my mouth kind of tightens up as the enchantment that's been placed on me kind of hits me and reminds me like I'm still under contract.
McGulnar's kind of listening closely to that.
And Skrunk actually looks at McGulnar and says, "I don't think we've met before. Skrunk, Moss Grabber. It's nice to meet you," and extends a hand.
We met once when you were hired officially by Vera a long time ago.
That is right. That is right. Well, it's good to see you again. He shakes his hand,
It's
and
good
I
to see
roll.
you.
Can I roll an investigation check to sort of like Sherlock Holmes discombobulate, like look for weaknesses?
Sure. Yeah, why not?
I rolled a 21.
And what
Jesus.
for which stat?
Investigation.
Investigation.
Yeah, sort of a. I'm sort of analyzing his frame, his posture, his armor, things like that. Just anything that might give me an edge if I do decide to carry on with Luke's promise.
Gotcha. McGulnar is currently wearing plainclothes, so there's not much to glean from his armor, which is currently in a sack. But he is very much larger in stature, and he is very wide, not from bone structure or from overeating, but from just pure fucking muscle. So he
Okay.
is very strong, but you would assume very slow in his swings.
Okay.
Let's see.
Thank you.
There is. You would assume that the most unguarded place would be his neck, because it is thick as fuck, and you've never seen any neck armor that would fit around that shit. So
Gotcha. Okay.
Man's
shakes his
drinking
hand.
peanut butter.
Through a straw.
Oh,
through a straw, yeah. Bro's drinking cement through a straw. Yeah, he eats nails for breakfast.
God, he's got
Oh gosh.
he's got biceps up on his neck.
He has
Yeah.
biceps on his biceps, dude.
Yeah. He said, Scarlet looks over and says, yeah, I got a promotion. Can't talk about it, but I would love to celebrate a little bit over at the Oak Father's Overgrowth. I have a friend over there already waiting for me. Are you all interested? A little downtime before future adventuring on pleasant trees, I'm sure.
Of course. Duh. That's where we were
everyone else
heading
is
anyway.
paying. Everyone else
Yeah,
paying. Everyone.
I'll cover you, Harvey.
Woohoo!
Well,
3 drink maximum.
3 drink maximum. Okay, I can work with that.
I would love to come with, actually. Scrum can
That would be
maybe
great.
hear a bit more about what you do.
Yeah, I would love to tell you about it. Actually, I want to talk to you as well. And Skronk starts to lead the way.
Okay. Everybody follows.
All right, let's to the bar or pub, I guess in this case.
Yeah,
So,
or
what
Matt, I'll let
was
Matt describe it.
the name of the pub that you?
Oh, we talked about this forever ago when we're making up Skrunk and Haramis and everything. So it's called the Oak Fathers Overgrowth.
Okay,
And
yeah,
I
tell
think
me about
what
it.
we kind of I think what we kind of described it as is like a very fantasy ass like dive bar, but with a very like natural druid aesthetic. It's
Ah,
run by a couple of like druids that worship the Oak Father. And so there's like a large like oak tree in the center that like goes up to a canopy that then like spindles out into the actual like building itself. The entire building is one tree. Um, and there's a few different like levels. I think like Hieronymus would probably be on like the second level, which is a little bit like more quiet. It's more of like a tucked away like wine bar setting.
okay, yeah. You make your way up to the second level, the oak level. Bottom is birch. Second is oak. Third is willow, and top level is yew. And you guys sit down. There are a bunch of higher class individuals, for the most part, sitting around tables, sipping wine. But you also see some adventurers who are wearing like new armor and have new weapons. Look like they just came in from a very good, monetarily lucrative job. And at one of the larger tables, you see Hieronymus sitting there waiting for you. He is sitting on a tall barrel, from which he is conjuring wine. The spout is at the bottom, but he's using magic to make the stream go upward instead of down.
Hieronymus,
Skrunk!
this is the party. We're missing one. We're missing one. Where's Ripple?
I didn't
Oh,
do
they
it.
were
I promise.
they were abducted. Wait a
Oh,
minute.
what?
Okay, wait. Pause.
We walked for an hour. You didn't think to tell me?
What? You didn't ask.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Wisteria, what happened?
We're actually not too sure what happened. One minute we were fighting, a giant hermit crab and eating and drinking on the beach, and the next thing you know, she just like got this like 1,000-yard stare, and then boop, she got abducted in the sky.
And it was right when I showed up, but I promise I didn't do it.
Do you
That's
know who
not a
did
thing
do
I
it?
can do. Well, that looks like pretty godly light, so I'd assume a god.
We're gonna get the truth out of you,
This
one
is
way
the
or
truth.
another.
How do I? Wait a minute, you. And he points at McGolnar. He says, "You're a paladin, correct?" He's like, yes, I am. Why? And
Why'd you say with a question mark?
because McGolnar is like mid sip, just like, man, I'm just trying to drink. What do you want me to do right now? And Bram looks at him and says, "Zone of truth me, please. I can't do it to myself. It is part of my oath that I only take it from other people, so there's no cheating involved. You know the works."
Ah.
And McGolnar is like, "Yeah, whatever." And he like kind of lifts his hand over Bram's head, and a tiny zone of truth appears around Bram's stool. You can now ask Bram Cora any question you want.
Hmm.
Do you miss this coat?
No, it kind of
Harvey.
smelled really bad, actually.
Harvey.
Oh.
Anyways, did you do anything to Ripple?
No, I did not. I simply asked
Okay.
her for my sword and then used magic to detect whether she could understand my language or not. And then she
What are the
disappeared.
What are the odds you chill out with us for a bit to help with the whole vampire problem?
Well, I guess I don't have anything better to do until the Brotherhood contacts me, but
Hey, that's what we like to hear.
there's something I do need to do. Wisteria, your name was, I believe.
Yes.
Do you still have my communicator?
I was hoping you didn't remember that, but
You can continue
yes.
to hold on to it, but I need to do something with it real fast.
I'm like, since you're on the truth here, if I give this to you, you're not gonna leave, are you?
No, well, maybe eventually, but no, not that fast.
All right, fine. I'm gonna slide it on over. Like, I want that back.
He picks it up and he slides his thumb into the divot in the center of the disc. And you see that tiny little crystal start to blink every once in a while. A little just a little red light. And he says, "Thank you. If you feel that move, shake, buzz, or anything in any way, let me know, please."
I'm like, gonna go put it back in there. Open up my sack. All right, puffball. Hand it to my centipede and close the sack. Like, all right.
Yeah, it just like curls around it and like brings it back in.
Felix, I don't think you were here for that. I have in my bag of wonders. I have a pet centipede. His name is Puffball.
Don't you also have a pet gazer?
Gazer. Yeah, he stays
what?
at home though.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, gotcha.
he's currently in the Gazer realm, which is where you guys send them when you're not using them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Bram is for the rest of this interaction is going to have Zone of Truth. So if you guys think of any questions to ask him, you are more than welcome to. He will answer honestly.
Where did your ship crash?
You saw where it
Exactly.
crashed. That desert, that large desert.
Yes, but if I was to go find that location, is it on this plane? Is it on a different plane? Is it?
Oh no, it's on this plane. I walked
that's good.
across it and found a boat in order to find my sword.
Could you draw a map or potentially any? I'd like to go back there.
Cartography is not exactly my strong point. I'm
Have you ever tried?
sure I could maybe point you in the general direction. Maybe
Sure.
if we do you have like a world map or something? I'm sure there's landmarks or something I could find.
Mr. the Seven, do you have a world map?
That's not my last name, but yes I do. And he pulls a fucking atlas out of his bag and just like slams it down on the table. The whole thing shakes. Some wine is spilled. He's like, "How about it?"
Well,
And goes back to his drink.
well, I'm just gonna look. It's like, well, if you've been over here for, sleeping for as long as you have, would this place even look the same to you anymore? Like, how do you know to get around?
Well, I've never been on this planet before, actually. So the way I got around was by the spiritual connection I have with my sword. Basically, I just followed the pull.
Hmm. How do you get around space?
With spaceships.
Oh yeah.
And he starts taking notes.
So
Yeah, I know.
these
They
boats
both
you
pull out their
have,
notepads.
these boats you have, they make them. Well, we make them. I don't, but people do outside of this world for space travel. They're entirely enclosed. Usually built for aerodynamics and speed, because they do also have to fly on planets. The one you saw was never meant to land on a planet. That large pyramid shape is meant only for space. It was technically kind of a space station that they were using as a warship.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Well, now I know you're lying. How do you breathe in space? You're gonna run out of air.
Well, we have generators in spaceships that cycle the air, so it is constantly pumping clean air and filtering out dirty air.
There's so much we don't know.
Incredible.
Yeah, we're just like got our notepads out, just like I'm just gonna.
I'm currently technically breaking so many intergalactic laws by telling
mean-
you all of this, but fuck it.
I mean, we don't know if you even have a race at this point. So like, I mean,
Thanks for reminding me.
sorry.
Yep. Do you have any other weapons on you?
No weapons, but I do have a multi-tool, and he pulls out of one of his pouches a little like kind of rectangular metal apparatus and presses a button on it, and a little plasma hook shoots out of one of the ends. He says, depending on the type of tool I need, it shifts and changes to match the job.
That's incredible. I am. Can I see that just for a minute?
Sure. And he passes it across the table to you.
I-
The rest of
yeah,
you
I
kind of
grab
notice
it.
that Ravis and McGallnar are kind of like deep in conversation right now with each other, kind of ignoring what's happening at the table. All right, what were you gonna do, Scrunk?
Oh, I was gonna walk over to Hieronymus and start showing it to him. And
Yeah,
there's like
you and
maybe like a link,
Hieronymus,
like shoulder touch or something. Yeah,
you like fangirl over this shit.
yeah. It's awesome. It sounds like it's just like a multi-tool. Is that correct?
It is just multi-tool, yeah. It is basically just a Swiss Army knife. But instead of like
I
a
love
metal
it.
blade, it's plasma.
Hell yeah. Uh, yeah, I love it. I love it all. Scrunk. While he's doing that, he's also going to try and like eavesdrop on the conversation going on.
Okay, yeah, roll insight or perception for me.
Yeah, let's do insight. They're both the same. That is a 16.
As 16, with a 16, you are able to hear bits and pieces. Most of their conversation revolves around Ravis and his powers as a higher vampire without drinking mortal blood. And this isn't really anything you haven't heard before out of Ravis, but it does give you a little insight into McGallnar and what he thinks of the situation. He's very cautious about Ravis, willing to accept that he is working on our side, but it sounds more like he's accepting that he's working on our side for now. And McGallnar's basically just kind of like grilling him about what he was doing for the past few hundred years before you guys killed the Bruxa.
Okay.
And you do hear something interesting out of McGallnar in response to one of the things that Ravis says, and it's almost like imperceivable. It almost makes no sense in the conversation, but you do hear the words Project Heavenfall, which is not something that you are a part of. Or something you've ever heard of before. But when you know that when you hear one of the seven talk about one of their personal projects, it is something you need to listen to. But that is all he says about it.
Interesting. Okay. I decide not to say anything. And I guess I kind of turn back to the party and say, I'm gonna go get us some drinks downstairs. Does anybody else want anything besides the wine that Hieronymus has grabbed?
Oh, do you on this planet have slag?
What?
What?
Slag?
No. Well, I mean, we have like slag metal.
No,
There's like
not
if you're welding
that.
something together or you're fusing it, there's the layer of slag.
Right. That's what the drink's named after. Actually, it is it's kind of like a stone gray liquid. It if you don't have it, don't mind. Something harsh. I don't know what liquors you have here, but So
we
something
could.
that feels burns going down.
Whiskey. Well, I'll get you some heavy proof whiskey, my friend.
I don't know what this whimsky is, but I will take some.
Absolutely.
It's like, oh yeah, Felix, if you could bring me back something on the not Felix, gosh, Scrunk, if you could bring me back something on the rocks, literally on the rocks.
They might have some rock, some chilled stones for ice cubes. I'll get us a flight. It's a
Alright.
day of celebration for me. I don't normally cut loose. Let's have some fun.
Wonderful
like-
idea. And McGallner kind of like taps you on the back. But because you're a little guy and he is not, it kind of hurts a little bit. It's not his intention,
Oh, no.
but
Yeah, McGallnar, actually, would you like to help me carry things up? Because I'm just a little guy.
I'd
use a
love
help.
to.
And we head downstairs.
Yeah, you head downstairs with McGallnar in tow. It's for 1 a.m. It's pretty busy. It is
Yeah, Harvey.
okay. Yeah, what do you want to say to Harvey?
It's like he's being real friendly with McGallnar. Like he doesn't even. Well, he took him a while to even be friends with us. I don't like it.
He didn't even get my drink order.
Oh, well, that's rude.
I know. Something's going on.
He didn't get mine either. Ravis is just
Ravis-
like Ravis has like an empty glass and he's just like I don't I'm all
Turn
wined
back
out.
to
I want something
Ravis,
different.
like
Ravis, check this out. I'm gonna walk up to him and kind of like hold my hands down like I'm charging up a spell. And
Ravis
let
like
him
looks
look around and go,
intently.
Wine.
You just go wine.
Yeah, throw my hand and go wine.
Okay. I want you to roll a flat d20 for me.
Okay.
And then I will decide what happens.
6.
6. With a 6,
no.
Hieronymus does not. He's not paying attention to what you're doing. So instead of helping you out and curving the stream of wine so that it like shoots towards Ravis's glass, he's just currently filling up his own. And you just go wine, and nothing fucking happens.
I'm
Was
gonna
that
walk back, real
supposed to
defeated,
be?
sit in their corner.
Yeah, it's
don't wanna
okay,
talk about
but it. Okay.
That's it. You tried. It's okay.
You did your best.
I'm going to the bar.
And with that, we're gonna cut back to Scrunk and McGallnar. You guys make it to the bar. It is kind of packed. You see a few Spriggans taking orders. They're just like dancing across this bar. It's very ethereal. You outside of the Feywilds, you wouldn't expect to see Spriggans. But it seems like the entire waitstaff of this bar is made up of druids and Spriggans.
Hello, my woodland friends. We'll have your strongest whiskey. Let me see, a pitcher of ale. McGonnell, what do you want?
Good question. What's the special today? And the Spriggan just kind of like nods at him, dips under the counter and pulls up a little potion bottle filled with a glowing almost gold liquid. And then
We'll take a round of those for all of us. And absolutely. And how about some house chips?
the Spriggan looks back toward where you assume the kitchen is, and you don't hear any communication at all, but it is obviously like trying to communicate, and it turns back around to you and make a wisdom saving throw for me.
What the fuck? Okay, that's rude.
Wow, that's
Let me
really
see.
mean.
Boo. That is a 19.
That is a
Thank fucking
19.
God. It's 19.
Will you allow the Spriggan to talk to you, or would you like to?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'll allow it to talk to me, but I'm building up mental walls around the conversation so I can't peer further.
Okay. Yeah, no, it is just like, oh, sorry, friend. can't speak mortal tongues with fey mouths, unfortunately. So the kitchen is closed right now, but we can do some house chips for you if you like.
Yeah, that'd be. Yeah, I look over at McGolnar and see what he's like. How he's
Magolnar is not in on this
he can't hear it.
conversation. It is just in your head.
Yeah, he's Strunk is like a regular here. He goes, Benny, you're fine. Don't worry about it.
Thanks, Scrunk. And Benny
Thank you.
dips under the counter and procures your drinks for you.
Hell yeah. We get our I think while we're kind of waiting for them to mix up everything, I say, Magonar, do you have some sort of tracking device on you currently, or anything that could kind of send out a signal of some sort?
That's an odd question. No tracking device, but the seven can sense where each other are.
Awesome.
We've entered in a pack.
Can you do that with me? Can you mark me?
Can I mark you?
Yes.
Why?
Just trust me. I know we've met twice.
I'm going to need more information than that to give you that level of encryption.
It's in your best interest, and if I say anything else, it might set more things in motion. Can I try to make like a charisma check?
Sure.
Persuasion, possibly?
Persuasion, deception, whatever you think is best.
All right. That is going to be a 6.
That's a 6. Magalnar kind of like half scowls at you, less because he like disapproves and more because he's curious, and says, Is this Vera's request?
No, it's mine. Entirely mine.
Entirely yours. Can I have even an inkling of what you mean to do with this?
It is in your best. It is in your health's best interest.
My health's best interest. And I need you to make a deception check, because Magalnar is making an insight check.
I'm gonna let him read me. Actually, I'm gonna let him straight up read me.
Okay. Then Magalnar, like, his eyes fall on you for a little while.
I am not trying to bullshit you or deceive you, Matt. Scrunk is trying to be as helpful to this man as possible. This is one of the kindest things he's done.
Magalnar does get that sense. He also gets the sense that you are a danger to him, and that is the only thing that this could mean. He doesn't know why or how, but he does know that your intentions are good, but you are still a danger. And he pulls a little book out of a belt pouch that he has. Much more usable belt pouch than what Bramcora has, by the way. It's like a solid, just like satchel attached to his belt. And he pulls out a little book and flips some pages back and forth until he finally finds what he's looking for. He says, Scrunk, I will do this for you, but eventually you will need to tell me everything.
Literally 15 seconds after you do that.
Fine. And he says an incantation under his breath and raises his hand above you. And you hear whispers in the back of your head, and I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Absolutely. Let me see. So that's a 5, but I'm going to use my inspiration. And that is a 6.
Incredible. Oh, amazing. No. So you are marked by you have the mark of the 7 now.
Okay.
Full mark of the 7. Because you failed your wisdom saving throw, you are not able to track any of the others of the 7, but all of the 7 can track you.
Yeah, okay. That's going to come back to bite me in the ass later.
Potentially.
I'm sure. I say, All right. He takes the pitcher of ale and pours himself a glass and pours one for McGulnar. And he motions to Benny for another one so they can bring it back upstairs. They're probably gonna need this for downstairs. He says, "So, no easy way to say this. I've been asked to kill you."
You bold of you to sit down with me at a bar and tell me this.
Well, I'm not going to do it. I was playing this demon or infernal or whatever so I could get back to here. But part of the deal was that he would send me back into the fucking desert if I said anything or did anything. So I wanted some assurance beforehand.
Interesting.
Just heads up. Might get shunted back there at any point in time. But you got my tracker now. Hopefully it's strong enough.
I see.
You seem like an advantageous ally, and I'm not one to get rid of resources like that. But I want to make you aware someone's after you.
Well,
Calls himself Luke.
He starts to like make a kind of like a sarcastic comment about being powerful and being a good guy, and like people don't like that. But he stops mid sentence and says, Luke, tall man, black suit.
Yeah, looks a little bit like a rich bitch.
Shit. And McGulnar stands up from his stool and begins pacing. People are kind of looking at him because this is a large man who just got up abruptly and is now pacing behind the bar or by the bar.
Hey, big man. Hey, let's head back upstairs. We can talk to everybody else. I haven't been shunted off yet, so possibly the dude hasn't heard.
Right. He's definitely heard.
Nothing we can do about it now? Oh, well. Then he's a fool for not sending me out yet.
He is not. He's going to do it at a time when it destroys everything you're trying to do.
He can fucking try.
He will, and he will succeed.
He seems arrogant, and that's so easy to take advantage of. Trust me. Yeah, I am too.
Skrunk, he's been alive longer than most gods.
Yeah, well, he hasn't met anyone like us, big guy? And he gives him a little punch probably on the hip, because that's as high up as he can reach.
It's like the fucking thigh, dude. Like,
he lights a cigarette and says, "Can you grab those drinks, please?" And he takes a pitcher in his other hand and just starts walking up the stairs back to everybody.
Yeah, McGulnar does and follows. You notice he's keeping a little bit of a distance between you and him.
Skrunk is loving that. Skrunk is loving this kind of like powerful feeling of like I've
being a time bomb.
Yeah. And he goes, "Drinks."
Yay!
Drinks.
It's like I'm gonna just take it. I'm like, on the rocks, like I like it.
Yeah, no, you have a little like kind of like dirty brown glass of some like kind of a sweet liquor, sweet and earthy. And in the glass are little granite cubes.
So I'm gonna just sit there and like, all right, it's time to take drinks here. And you just hear a crunch from the rock that I got. I'm like, delicious.
Spriggan floating by with a tray of drinks, like turns and looks at you like shocked, just like what the hell, and like keeps floating by.
I love it.
You guys
all have that intrusive thought.
Yeah, to eat rock. You guys off in like kind of like the corner of your vision, you see Bram taking a sip of his whiskey, and you just like his face turns a little bit green, and he's like, "This is you drink this?" Like actually, oh boy, no, I think I'm good.
Like on your
actually,
planet? What did yours taste like? Was it great?
I've never had whiskey before, but slag is pretty great.
We'll just take your word for it.
You know, maybe someday you'll be able to taste it for yourself. We'll
I'm
see.
not gonna lie, I'm curious
Maybe-
about it.
Oh, I don't
Maybe
drink
you-
it. It's a bit much for me, but I know Hobby is a big fan of it. Isn't that right, Hobby?
Oh, I would, but my doctor says I'm supposed to be watching what I take in.
You have a doctor?
Oh,
You have a doctor?
do you not?
No, of course I do. I don't know.
Well,
Maybe
why are you shocked that I have a doctor?
you just
kind of
don't seem like
Oh,
someone who does that much personal maintenance in the best way
I wanted-
possible. You seem
I
a
want
bit
it
more
in my
chaotic.
chair. I want it in my chair, like cross my legs and face them. Say, what do you mean with that? Go on.
No, you just seem like someone who kind of moves at like a flights of fancy kind of drive you, and it's just that's a very responsible thing to have.
No, he's right. I agree with Skrunkle on this one, actually.
What kind of doctor do you have, Harvey? Exactly.
I want to look at Wisteria and kind of whisper over. I don't actually have a doctor.
We should have known better. I was actually generally shocked that you did something responsible, Harvey.
I've been like a. It's been. I saw one on the ship back. I think.
You did
Someone
get a
saw me.
checkup.
Yeah.
Harvey, that's because we
Magalnar,
were like on death's door. That was the only reason.
And what better time to do it than right then, huh?
I mean, what about like getting sick any other time? Doesn't that matter?
I power through the sickness.
that's not great.
Yeah, and who doesn't get sick anymore? Me. And that's a lie.
Like, I'm just gonna be like, okay, put on my list. Start making herbs for Harvey.
They have-
Magalnar leans to Harvey and is like, you realize you have like full healthcare with the Adventurers Guild, right?
What?
Yeah, it's like it's all free. Like you can just go to a doctor.
What other benefits
like
do
a-
we not know about in this guild? Like, what?
This was all explained to you when you joined the guild. I don't.
You all are aware about your 401ks, right? Have you
Hmm?
been paying into that?
Okay. What?
We've actually switched to Roth IRAs, so at a certain point, the 401ks cut off and the Roths start.
You're using Roth, the Elder Dragon, now to back up our savings.
Yes, he's very reliable.
That man, oh goodness, he takes a bit more of his drink. We're getting off topic. So I was told to kill Magalnar.
Oh.
What?
Oh,
I'm not
Excuse
going
me?
to do it. I'm not going to do it.
I'm
I
gonna
would
take a
hope
long
not.
sip on that one. Like, that's a lot to take in there, buddy.
Hieronymus, I'm so sorry. This is meant to be. I told this as like a little catch up, and it's not. Are you cool? if we still hanging out tonight, or do you want to do this
This is
another time?
incredible. I love the drama happening here.
I'm gonna turn to Bram and like it's not normally like this. We don't usually have someone internally trying to kill the other person. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think I may have joined the wrong group here.
No,
No,
we're great.
no, no,
we're,
no,
we're
no.
amazing. We're amazing. We're wonderful.
No,
We just,
we're fantastic.
yeah.
I
We're
mean-
S-rank adventurers. Come on now. Like, come on.
I
Magalna
don't know
couldn't
what that
vouch for us.
means.
We're the
Come on,
we're
you
the
know.
we're the
S is
top
very
tier.
low in the alphabet. That doesn't sound very exciting to me.
S stands
S
for
for
superior.
Oh,
Super.
I see.
Superior sounds
Stupendous.
better.
No, super sounds cool.
Magalnar like leans forward. He's like, "I made that ranking system. What are you talking about?"
Okay, tell him we're the best of the best. We're awesome adventurers, right?
Well, almost best of the best. That would be the triple
Wait,
S rank, but
What?
Wait,
yeah.
what?
well, triple S is
How are-
one of the 7.
So wait,
That's
Oh.
our
wait,
technical
wait.
rank.
Okay, but okay, well if that's the case, how come we've been out here fighting vampires and like darn where have y'all been for this?
Saving the world elsewhere.
Okay, fair enough.
Magalnar, Who's in the head running to be the new candidate for the 7?
Well, we haven't had enough competitors for the Coliseum yet, so nobody right now.
But like anyone of note in the competition that signed up, maybe?
A lot of S ranks.
Oh, anyone of note though?
Well, there's a warlock. He usually just kind of makes things explode for the most part.
Oh.
I don't know why Magalnar's British now. He's there's another paladin, also a paladin of tier, not quite as well strong as we would like him to be with his faith, but very strong otherwise. And the other S rank is a ranger.
Okay. So
a fellow ranger, I see.
roughly, just throwing it out there. How fireproof are they? Like we're talking pretty
Fireproof?
fire resistant? Fireproof, yeah.
Well, the paladin wears full plate armor, so
You could work with
pretty
that.
fireproof there, but the other two not so much.
Okay.
I don't know.
Siri,
You could always heat up. You could always heat up the metal of the plates and just let him roast.
That is good, Skrunk. I like that.
I mean, that's a little fucked up for an inter-guild competition, but
I
We're
like
gonna
winning,
win.
so.
okay, well, just don't kill anybody.
No promises.
Well,
If you kill somebody, you are disqualified. So,
What?
Yeah, you're making these complicated here.
well, you
Yeah,
have to be
I'll
good
right back.
enough.
Sorry.
Okay,
Yeah.
you have to be
Would
good
there happen to be
enough
like
to win without killing. That is basically how all of us became the 7.
Okay. Just also throwing it out there. Are there any like noticeable weaknesses, shortcomings, maybe?
Cannot tell you that, unfortunately. This has to be a fair competition.
Okay. Well, hey, McGallnart, just have a couple more drinks, bud, on Scrung.
I plan to.
Ah,
I think this is just like the shock of the shock night. Braum here finds out he's been probably asleep for over like 2.5 some odd thousands of years. Magolnar just found out was going to be murdered by Skrunk. So it's a lot happening.
There's a
Is there
lot
anything
happening.
else? Like,
Yeah, a lot of
is there
quest
any-
lines.
Yeah, it's
Just
like, is
kinda
there
all pop
anything
up in
else
one.
we should be aware of? I'm just like gonna sit there like this is, you know what? I'm just gonna drink.
You know, I don't think there's anything else you should be aware of. And as he says that, a gazer appears above his head and goes, "Bah, bah, 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 huh, huh, huh," and horks up a little note in front of Magalnar. Magalnar opens it and shoots up from his stool and says, "Playtime's over. We're back to work.
Oh?
Come with me.
But
Uh,
I didn't finish my drink.
Let's go."
Slam it.
Okay.
I paid for it
That's
all.
fine, I will.
We're not leaving. We're just drinking as hard as we can on the way out.
Can I
Yeah, what's up?
just run out with mine, like my cup in hand?
You do, but one of the Spriggans is like trying to get into your mind to say, "Hey, don't fucking do that. You're stealing a glass from
go-
us."
I go
And
faster.
yeah, you just run. Magalnar kind of like speed walks so as not to freak anybody out, but to show that he is definitely moving with a purpose towards the main building of the Adventurers Guild, where you see a stream of adventurers marching in.
Okay.
Follow behind.
And they look really happy and like excited to be there.
Roll
normally don't
perception.
Yeah.
Melina, we're like, so Magolnar, any explanation? You just told us to run, and
We'll explain when we get in the building. We should not talk about this in front of the public.
Guys, we should get front seats, honestly. I think best seats in the house, front, right at the front.
we just got off a vacation. I was kind of hoping we can get another one in there.
I'm glad you had time to rest, but unfortunately, we need all hands on deck for this one.
I rolled a 13, my friend.
With a 13, yeah, there are some adventurers who are really fucking excited. You would recognize them as some of the lower ranks. and some
Mhm.
of the upper ranks look very somber. They don't look very excited about what's about to go down.
It's a lot of mixed signals here. This can't be great.
No, it's going to be transformational at the very least.
We're
Yeah.
we're gonna get our asses handed to us heavily, aren't we?
No, no,
Well,
you guys have killed higher vampires before. I'm sure this isn't going to be that bad.
Ravis knows about those guys.
famous last words.
No, I mean
Mm.
you killed one of the 4 generals of the Lady of Night.
Yeah,
So
Like,
like
but
Ravis,
did you see that D-list? Sorry, that E-list adventurer over there with just covered in pots and pans?
yes, but usually they send them on like normal errands. I'm sure they're not like all needed.
I just don't think we can take them. That's all I'm saying.
I
Look,
oh,
Ravis,
oh.
we won by the skin of we're winning off of flukes here, Ravis. Come on, let's just be real about this.
What are you guys
Hey,
scared?
Imposter syndrome is going in.
Luck is definitely on the table, and we should not count it out. And your luck so far has been fantastic. So I am a
Don't
bit
think
concerned about Ripple, though. She's still not back.
Nah, she's.
Yeah.
You gotta learn how to allow some distance.
No, but
You
like
know?
she just kind of floated up into the sky in a beam of light. That's a bit
Yeah, but
concerning.
she's a paladin. That's what they
I
do.
mean, yeah,
Right,
but
Yeah,
you,
you
right, Magalnar?
You've
sometimes.
done that, right?
Yeah, it's not uncommon.
sometimes it's just the normal
Sometimes.
things.
It's not
What do you think?
super normal, but
It just maybe sounds like maybe you haven't been chosen like that, but that's fine.
I mean I am the chosen of tier. Usually
Oh,
he
well,
appears
you know.
before me though, so
Oh, I'd want to be beamed up, honestly. If it was me, honestly, me.
I don't like
Beamed up.
heights. Gonna be real.
But you're so tall. And I look up at him.
It's like, well, 7 feet is fine, but
Fine.
not
Yeah.
not that high.
Scrunk makes a mental note that he's afraid of heights,
Oh,
just in case. Just like a Professor X, take down the X-Men kind of list.
oh,
Amazing.
the Batman
The
list.
contingency
the
plan.
contingency list. Yeah.
You guys
Wait a
make your
minute.
way into. Wait a minute.
Does Skrunk have a list for all of the party?
Absolutely.
No.
I mean, most of it is gun.
Oh.
Shoot
Fair
him.
enough.
Yeah,
Fair.
For
that
now,
works.
until we get to like higher levels, it's all pretty flat line.
Fair enough.
Fair
You guys
enough.
make your way into the main hall of the Adventurers Guild, where there are thousands of adventurers in this kind of auditorium. And Magalnar, as you take your seats, leaves your group and gets up on stage, walks behind the curtain, and you see adventurers of all ranks, of all continents, walking into this room, and the lights dim magically, of course, because you can't dim torches electronically. And the remaining 7 walk out on stage. And I will here, let me read out the list of names to you
Ooh.
real quick. Must
Wait, are these the
I
names of
should
the
have this ready.
7?
The names of this current 7.
Okay, I'm gonna put this in my notes.
This is available currently in the lore section of the server. If I can get on the fucking server. Here we go. Okay, members of the 7. Grigor of the 3 Vows. He's a fighter. You see him up there in kind of like brass colored armor. He has multiple weapons strapped to his back. He's kind of like a larger dude, but he is a human. So not quite as large as Magalnar. He kind of has like a scar over his eye and a salt and peppered beard, and a bald head. next to him is Karis Longrunner. She's ranger. You don't see much of her features as she is in kind of like camouflage ranger gear. It is like kind of green gray mottled. And her hood is always up. You see Onder of Gardeth, who you know Onder. Vera Craven standing next to him. And in front of all of them is Magolnar Fizzlebang. This is all the remaining of the 7. And Magolnar speaks.
Wait, is there only 5?
Yes,
5
two of the 7 have been killed by hired vampires.
Okay.
Uh,
I thought it was just 1.
No, it was 2 of them. I can tell you their names here. Hold on. It was Marcus Gravewalker. He was a rogue, and Arya of Kralis, who is a warlock or was a warlock.
yep, 2 glass cannons. That makes
2
sense.
glass cannons got their shit wrecked by you'd never guess who. Gareth of Lowbrook. And you guys, as the lights come down, you hear Magolnar's voice, magically amplified by Vera, say, "It is a dark hour for our fair planet. A new necromancer has appeared in the blight of Alvir. For those of you who aren't aware of what the blight is, it is an ever-increasing area of death and rot. Nothing will grow there ever again. All due to the high concentration of undead. This one, however, instead of creating lesser vampires and zombies and skeletons, has been creating bruxas, kikimoras, and worse. There's too many for the forces of Alvir to deal with alone. We will need to move with haste to the Blight. If any of you do not believe you can fight a Kikimora in a group and win, now is the time to leave." And immediately you see a lot of like the lower rank adventurers get up to leave.
Guys, we've done that. That was us.
Nobody
We did
stops them.
those.
Mm.
Come on,
They're
guys.
better off.
I want to take both of your guys' hands and kind of walk towards the front of the crowd.
As you do, Magolnar kind of motions towards your group and says, "We do have a team of specialists here who have killed a Kikimora recently. Very powerful Kikimora. We will use them as consultants to find the best way
Holy
to dispatch
damage.
all of these Kikimoras. We will talk on the way there, do our planning on the way, but we must leave now."
Sure.
Absolutely. We can party. And he finishes his pitcher of ale and like just throws it on the ground.
Okay, you do that, and D-rank adventurer kind of like trips and like falls face first onto the floor as he's leaving. He like kind of glares at you and then sees who you're with, and like scurries off.
Mm-hmm.
And Magolnar says, "Any questions we can answer on the ship. This is very dangerous. Do not join if you are not afraid, or do not join if you are afraid to die."
I mean, I'm afraid to die, but I don't think I have a choice but to be here.
No,
You do have a choice. You can leave if you want.
Oh,
But you are the best person for the job, you and your group.
the pressure.
That's
is
what I like to
getting
hear.
We're getting a consultant's fee for this, right?
Of course.
Oh, thank God.
So are you guys in?
Well,
Yeah,
is there dinner on the ship?
Get dinner?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got provisions.
Let's go.
Actually, I'm gonna turn and be like, "So, well, Brom, since you're here, you staying with us to help the fight?"
Well, battles with poor odds are kind of my specialty, so might as well.
Okay, so we have a plus advantage. Great.
Yeah.
We'll be fine. We're fine. We're fine.
So you guys
well,
unanimously want to go?
Yeah.
I think if Ripple comes back and finds out I let Harvey go off on his own, she's gonna be very upset.
Yeah, probably. That is a fair assumption. So you guys follow the line of S ranks, triple S ranks, A ranks, B ranks toward the Adventuring Guild's private port, where all of you are loaded onto ships and sent out. You guys are on the flagship, the SS Fizzlebang. You on the front is a kind of like a wooden model of Tyr, a dwarven face with a long flowing beard, a scar over the eye, and what you would assume to be lightning coming out of the beard, and you set off at 2-3 in the morning toward the Blight, and all of you feel a sense of dread as you head towards certain doom. And that is where we're going to end the session.
Oh,
No.
Oh yeah! Oh,
Aw.
such a good cliffhanger. I love going from one impending doom to another. It's great.
Yeah,
It was
that's all this
good.
world is.
I mean, it's a world that's recovering from like a big, like, disaster, so there's gonna be always something.
Not even
Absolutely.
recovering. It had like a 2,000 year ago disaster, and then everything was fine, and now it's just dying. So neat.
Hell
Good luck,
yeah.
guys. This will be a very heavy combat session next time we play Time of Blood. So be ready to roll some bones. And
Sounds good.
chat, that is it for this session. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us and listening to us bullshit about lore and whatnot. And I will hope to see you guys next week. We should be here same time, same place. Maybe a little earlier than this week. And until next time, guys, is there anything you guys want to say?
No.
No, fuck
thank
these
you.
guys. Fuck the chat.
Wow.
He's just like put us on the spot. We weren't
Yeah,
ready.
I know.
We turned off our improv brains, man.
Yeah,
That was the
Brains just let him
point.
go.
I was hoping
game
for you
was
guys
over,
to say
so.
some awkward shit, and you did. So,
Oh, thanks, jackass.
hey,
Okay.
that's the last bit of power I can exert over you for the night. So until next time, chat. If
gonna go
they
mess
don't
with the
kill
AC.
me beforehand, see you later. Bye.
See you again.